I'll just say before we have questions.
Yeah, great win for us for Georgia Tech. You know, a few things. I just want to talk on the three seniors. As I said on my radio show, AD, Sylvester, and Brandon, three phenomenal young men, all going to graduate. Brandon with his master's, Sylvester and AD with their bachelor's. And they're great culture guys, what they've done for our program. And I believe in good people, want to be around good people. And they've continued with our culture of having high character young men to keep us having the culture moving forward. I thought Michael DeVoe and Jose Alvarado played at a high level as a backcourt today. They had 41 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and only 1 turnover. And that's back-to-back games that we've had single-digit turnovers. You know, and that's obviously in a game like this, you can't be turning it over. We had 2 in the first half, and part of the reason, you know, Boston College is really good. But part of the reason they were able to sneak their way back was we had 7 turnovers the second half. I was proud of James Banks, 18 and 9. You know, he was solid. I thought Moses, the second half, had a lot of live ball, second chance activities, and then he finished well, and he's, you know, he gathered himself and finished well in some key times when we got stuck scoring. I thought Curtis Haywood had, you know, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. You know, gave us a really good stat line. We had 19 assists on 31 made field goals. Khalid Moore, you know, just was solid for us. 3 assists, no turnovers, and he had a great 50-50 ball catch late where he met the pass. You know, we did a good job guarding the 3. You know, we held the 17%, and we did a good job on Bowman, who's just an excellent player. And, you know, I think Boston College is really good, and it was a great win for us. We had to grind it out and gut it out. I think, you know, like I said, they're a really good team, but we found a way to get it done, and we're getting better. I still believe we're getting better, and it's not where we want to be, but, you know, our young guys are getting great opportunities and time and improving, and we just got to keep getting better.
You went to AD and James at the same time in the first half. What was your thinking there?
Yeah, AD and James together in the first half. I just felt defensively, and I thought it was. And we made our run with AD, James, Khalid, Mike, and Jose. And look, Mike DeVoe had 45 minutes he played today and no turnovers. Jose played 44 minutes and 17 seconds and only 1 turnover. That's a really good stat line for those 2 guys.
It seemed like your spacing was much better on offense, particularly in the first half, and you were able to get some passes, and
yeah, Kurt
did a great job facilitating too.
Kurt did a nice job on his ball movement and didn't let it stick. You know, we did a better job moving the ball. We didn't let it have any, you know, didn't give it a headache or try to massage it. We kept it moving. You know, part of our offense gets a little bogged down when we play with 2 bigs. You know, Princeton offense isn't good if you're playing with 2 bigs, especially non-shooting bigs. And so that's why we've made the change. Now, we've been hurt defensively making that change, Kelly, but, you know, we had to do something to help us offensively. So, you know, we've tried to size down to help us on the offensive end, we've been better offensively as of late. Obviously, we haven't been as effective defensively in some areas, but we've really, you know, for the most part, guarded the 3-point shot well. And they did a great job. I mean, their guys have gotten better. I don't want to mispronounce his name, 21 Popovic, but I mean, Mitchell, and those guys are just, they do their job. And they're good players inside there. Obviously, we know Kai and Chapman and Hamilton, and you know, those guys are really good.
How important was this? This is your last game here for the year, to build some momentum, to have something that you can kind of point to next year?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I mean, a couple things. I mean, we're building. That's what we're doing, and I think for us to move the needle. I mean, first of all, this league is just, it's an incredible league. It's the best league in all of basketball besides the NBA. We have, you know, unless we're getting 5-star studs to come in here, multiple of them, which right now we haven't done that. We're going to have, for us to move the needle, we've got to get old and stay old. It's the only way. We've got to have continue to player development, got to continue to sign guys, but we've got to get old. And I believe in that. And, you know, I mean, look, would our fortunes be different this year and have more wins? Again, I'm not just Josh Okogie, we didn't expect that. So that hurt us this year. Not an excuse, it just is what it is. He's the 20th pick in the draft. We didn't plan on that happening at the beginning of the sophomore year. And so we've had to really rely on a lot of young guys and new guys, and we've got to continue to build with them, with our core group, and then we got to continue to sign guys. And right now I think we were picked preseason 13th or 14th, and I think and again, we don't want to be 10th place. That's not what we're aspiring to be, but I do believe we're moving in the right way, and where we're trying to get to. And it's not easy. I mean, I know it as well as anybody, it's not easy, but we're going to need our guys to play really well. And Michael and Jose and those guys got to keep being great in the backcourt, because it's such a guard league. You've got to be really good at the perimeter. And we got to keep getting better at the perimeter.
Early on, were you concerned that the game was slipping away? They were up 8 or 9.
Well, I think Boston. I think Coach Christian's. He's a terrific coach. I think they run terrific stuff. I think they run good actions, and they've got good players. And but the game kind of seesawed. It was sort of like what we did last year. If you remember, we were up 28 to 15. We were up 13 against them, and then they came, at their spot. So sort of like this year, same thing. They started out well, and then we, found a way to grind it back, and we just kind of stayed with our game plan, and we continued to execute offensively. We only had 2 turnovers the first half. Ken, I think that group with Jose, Mike, Khalid, AD, and James really gave us a good run in that first half there to kind of get us over the hump and get us the lead.
You talk about your conditioning program. You look at DeVoe and Alvarado with all the minutes, and they seem to play with the same energy at the end of the game as they did in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think if anyone has been around me, we run a lot. And I believe in conditioning, and we condition a lot. Now, obviously, at this time of the year, we're still playing up and down 5 and 5, but we're not conditioning. But like we run in the summer and in the fall, we ran the heck out of the ramps, going up to the visiting locker or the referees, that ramp there. And we run that, we have to make a certain time. I make the guys, we run a lot of line drills. So I believe in conditioning. I'm a big believer in that. And for today, and because I know some of those guys are playing those type of minutes, they've got to be able to maintain it, and it's not easy. But that's why I'm a big believer in conditioning. And I always tell guys when they come in that you will be in the greatest shape of your life. I mean, you're going to be in great shape. And that's just something that I truly believe in.
Coach, tell us about the upside for Moses Wright, please.
I think, Moses keeps getting better. I mean, you can see it. I mean, he had a couple he had an offensive foul and a tough pass, but look, in the last 2 or 3 games, he's had double-digit scoring. He's finishing around the hoop better. He didn't play basketball until going into his sophomore, junior year. He was a tennis player. He was small, and he grew, and he didn't really, he's really, and I told us, it's going to take him the full 4 years. His best basketball view when he's a senior. And by that point, because of the athleticism and everything else, he's going to be really good. But, I mean, this is really only his 4th year of really playing, 4th or 5th year of playing basketball. So he's got a lot of upside because he's athletic. He has a very good feel of the game and understands basketball. He has a good IQ. He's got to keep understanding that he's got to continue to take his craft extremely seriously. If he can buy into that type of mentality, and he's gotten better at it, he's got a chance to be really good. But it's all about his focus of how bad he wants it on his drive internally. And if he can just buy into that, he's got a chance to be really good.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, last home game of the season, you have a message to your fans that came out this morning?
I said this on the post-game radio. I thought the fans today were excellent. They were awesome. They gave us a great lift. And look, I know the win-loss record's not where everyone wants to be, and nobody wants to win worse than I do for the fans. But the Georgia Tech crowd was just terrific today, and they gave us a great lift as always. They have been terrific in our 3 years here. They've just been outstanding. And I correspond with the fans. I mean, I get emails all the time, good, bad, and indifferent, and I respond to everybody, and I try to, because I want the fan, this is their program. It's all the former players and Yellow Jacket. This is their program. It's not my program. It's their program. I just sit in the seat. I'm kind of the gatekeeper as of right now. And so I want everyone to be emotionally invested into their program, and not just when things are going well. That's why when we aren't playing well and lose and people email me and upset, I don't take it, I want them to be upset, because I want people to care, not just when things are going well. When things are not going well, if you're invested, then it bothers you too. And so I appreciate that, and I feel we're getting there. We just got to keep building it. You know, we got to keep trying to move the needle and turn the corner and finish, you know, the season the right way, and then have a great off season and summer and preseason, and try to really turn the corner next year as well too.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.